Susak, the Croatian island for everyone with absolutely nothing to do. Bear with me. Before I went to Susak for the first time earlier this year, the only thing I already knew about it was that it had some of the sandiest beaches in Croatia and also the shortest folklore costume in all of Europe. There was apparently a couple of villages, Upper Village and Lower Village, and not much else, and it was quite difficult to get to. It's been on my bucket list for a number of years. And then a few months ago, I was in a bar in Rijeka, and unwisely, I was invited over for a drink or a rakia with a group of people who wanted to say hi. And I ended up sitting next to a lovely young lady called Adelina, who, after the fifth or sixth rakia, invited me to come to Susak as a guest for a special event on July the 27th, which is National Emigration Day. So, along with many of the other islands in Croatia, there was a lot of emigration from Susak, and in the 1960s, almost, I think, over half the population left simultaneously, and they all went to New Jersey, where they set up a community there. And unlike other islands, the bonds between this community in New Jersey and Susak have been very, very strong. And in fact, for the last 40 years, they've had what they call National Emigration Day on July 27th, when all the people from New Jersey come down back to the island for like a long weekend and a big celebration. About 1,000 of them come. A lot of them have bought property on the island. They have like first world American appliances in these very old houses. Susak itself is a very, very sort of rustic sort of place. There isn't really that much to it. It's got a real feel of that 1960s, 1970s. There are no cars on the island, and for example, and it's just very, very chill. And so to me, it seemed like a quite interesting place to go for that weekend, just to see the National Emigration Day and all these Americans integrating into the historic community. And so Adelina told me if I came over on the ferry, she would welcome me and show me around and give me a weekend that I would never forget. And it all started like this.
And the most incredible thing about the island of Susak is you have beautiful young local ladies meeting you straight off the ferry with 2 cold beers to make sure you've got enough to get to the pub. Unfortunately, it's Julia. Yeah, baby!
Of course, Adelina's idea of a good time is to go and sit down and have a drink and a chat. And so we went to what became our home really for the next 2 days, a really cool bar called Club, which is right on the water, right by the sandy beach. And it's maintained by the Diaspora Association. And super interesting place with so many interesting people, everybody wanting to talk. It had a very, very different feeling of welcome for foreigners coming or non-islanders coming onto the islands. Part of the reason for that, I think, was because of this historic connection with New Jersey, but also there was a striking number of other people from other parts of Croatia, Zagreb, Rijeka, places like that, who had discovered Susak over the years and made it their own. And they'd integrated into the community extremely well. So you have this mixture of like locals and then people from the rest of Croatia who are kind of almost like locals as well, and then all this diaspora from North America. It made it for a really, really interesting set of people, very, very nice, warm welcome that I haven't really seen in other parts of the Croatian islands. And the beers were super cheap, €3 right on the beach. The beach itself, absolutely fantastic, very sandy, but it also goes out a long, long way, about 200 meters, very, very shallow. So the kids can go out and they can really go out in the sand quite far into the water while you're watching from the comfort of your bar stool. And so I went and we had like some drinks, and then Adelina told us, let's go up to the upper town. So we walked up to the little village at the top, which is very nice. We met the priest, we had a few drinks. Then the rain came out and we had to go and see some friends of hers. So we went into this old house. It looked like the electricity was out. It looked like an Ozzy Osbourne requiem, with all these guys sitting there drinking gin and tonics in the candlelight at night with the storm behind. And still there was no food. In fact, I went to bed. We went back to the club at the end of it and really went to bed. There was nothing, just a lot of alcohol. I realized that was perhaps Adelina's diet. Next morning, I climbed up to the church for the morning service. There was a special mass for the diaspora, and I've never seen this before in Croatia, but they actually played the national anthem inside the mass, as you can hear here. But it's very beautiful. breakfast, of course, was a club, was a few beers, and when I broached the subject of food on the Sunday lunchtime, she was surprised to hear I was hungry, and told me I had to wait till about 6 o'clock in the evening, and then we would go for dinner at the hotel there. And just walking around was just seeing people just really, really relaxed. There really is nothing really to do there. No cars, as I said. There's 2 small settlements. There's about 3 or 4 restaurants, about 4 or 5 bars maybe. There's 1 hotel, which was fantastic. Just 5 rooms, I think, but really, really excellent food, which is where we went for the first and only meal of my weekend there. But it was absolutely worth the wait. And then you've just got people who just literally come there to do nothing, to just unplug from the world and so on. And this beach was just such a beautiful place for families and for couples just to relax. And it was like Croatia as it once was. Nothing really has changed. Nothing's been built. And it's just these 2 settlements. And everybody knows each other. And all these people from Zagreb and Rijeka, they've been adopted by the local community. So they're all part of the community. And it had a really, really nice family feel, I have to say. It was a very unique sort of feel. And then, of course, we had the celebrations in the evening. And as you can see here, a lot of partying going on. And it went on until late in the morning. It was also really interesting to talk to some of these Americans. And here we have Tracy she's an American, married to a guy whose parents were from the island. So she has no direct Croatian lineage whatsoever. But here she is dressed up in the famous folklore skirt, and let's hear from her about what it's like, the heritage of it, why she's wearing it, and what it feels like to wear it.
Okay, we're on the island of Susak, and with this beautifully dressed young lady. Tell us, first of all, what's your name, where are you from, and why are you here?
My name is Tracy Tarabakia. I'm from America. I married my husband, John Tarabakia, who his family is from this island, and we like to come every summer, and especially to take a part of all their culture.
Okay. And what are you wearing?
I am wearing a kamishoti. My mother-in-law, Scholastica, made this for me.
Wow.
It took a lot of work and patience.
And can you describe how many layers the dress has, and how do you put it on?
It takes a few hours, but everything has been handmade, even the shoes,
wow,
the stockings, and every detail she put together. And it's
look at this.
multiple layers.
Wow. And then the embroidery is incredible.
Yes.
Amazing. And how often do people from Susak wear this?
Mostly brides would wear something like this.
Okay.
But recently we just wear it for the festa, which is what is today.
Okay.
Where the festa is an event where everyone comes back to their island here to celebrate their culture because they left the island to seek a better life.
Okay.
So they come back here to enjoy. Here's
Oh, we have
one coming.
Please, there we go.
This is the woman who made it.
This is the woman who made it. Bravo, fantastic. Look at this. And so tell us about this connection between New Jersey and Susak. It's a fantastic story, but it's an interesting one.
Yeah. So from what I've been told is many people that left the island here to seek a better life, they ended up in Hoboken, New Jersey, mostly, and everybody still stayed together. So there's multiple generations that still currently live in New Jersey, and it's wonderful because although I'm not Croatian, when I come back here, I see all my friends from the area
from back home when they're here on this beautiful Croatian island. Fantastic, yeah. And do you get together? Is there the culture of Susak in New Jersey? Do they have events there as well?
Yes.
Okay. So would you be seen wearing this in the States?
You could. Yes.
Okay. Right.
If you have someone that could dress you, that's
okay.
the most important thing.
But also, like I saw you now walking through the crowds, and obviously because the skirt is so wide, I mean it's quite difficult navigating through crowds.
Correct, or doorways.
Or doorways, yeah. So what's the technique if you've got a doorway? Can you push the skirt down a bit, or?
No, it's starched this way.
Wow.
Yes, but what's going to be really wonderful is to see this. Not my particular dress, but this evening there will be some other girls that will be practicing and participating in a dance.
Yeah.
And because of the multiple layers, when they dance and turn, there's also another intricate skirt with this much detail underneath that you'll see when they dance.
Okay. Well, look forward to that. And tell me, so you met your husband, obviously married in the States, and when you learned he was Croatian origin, and then you came to Susak the first time. What was your first impression when you first came to this island?
I was like, this place is so beautiful.
Yeah.
We're coming back.
Excellent. All right, well, thank you very much, and thank you for the patience for putting this on, and enjoy the festa tonight. It's going to be quite a night, I'm sure.
You as well.
Thank you very much. Right.
And that was it. It was a very, very relaxed weekend. I totally decompressed from the real world and met so many amazing people. And it's not an easy place to get to. There are places I can get there from Rijeka, I think from Pula and also from Maliloshin. But it's pretty much off the tourism main radar. But if you're looking for a place which is rustic, totally unspoiled, with a very, very welcome community, I would say check out Susak. Just make sure you don't go with a girl called Adelina.